You're rolling with Big Rig Radio, 1079. The station where the coffee's strong, the signal's clear, and the only thing wider than the highway is our playlist. Keep them hammers down and them shiny sides up, good buddies. Big Rig Radio, hauling the hits coast to coast. Kick it up. Boys, wildlife fever, chrome teeth grinning, I'm gone. 18 wheels all clawing at the blacktop. Hammer down that needle's leaning mean. Coffee in a stained old thermos, sloshing. Smoke from the stacks like a steam-blown dream. Eastbound sign keeps flashing in the windshield. State line coming like a barbed wire snake.
Hey drivers, tired of eating mystery meat at them chain stops? Pull into Bubba's Big Bite Truck Oasis off exit 69. We've got showers hotter than a Georgia asphalt in July, lottery tickets that almost win, and chili so powerful it'll keep you awake clearer than a double espresso, or your money back. Bubba's Big Bite, where the food's fearless and the portions are bigger than your rig. Come on in, if you dare.
This is Big Rig Radio, keeping you updated on the blacktop. Weather ahead, clear skies and smooth sailing. But watch for them four-wheelers driving like they got a death wish. Remember, folks, life's too short to drive bored. Stay tuned for more real country on Big Rig Radio.
Signs blur past. Coffee in a paper cup, ash on the dash. A right hand on the wheel, the left hand out in the wind. Every town looks the same till I'm leaving again. White line fever got me chasing down the dark. Beneath
hello, my friends. Oh, we're not quite lined up. No, there we go. That's fine. Good. Excellent. Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? Well, this is the second time I've seen some of you, if I had anybody watching. We had to cut the stream earlier a little short, as little Lane and me went to the park. But now we're back. Second part. We're hopefully going to finish this delivery tonight. Today. It's daytime in the game. Nighttime for real. But, oh shit. You know what? I forgot, hang on. I forgot to turn on my dashboard. There we go. Nope. 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 Okay. Use a digital dashboard outside of the game, and I forgot to turn that bitch on. So give us just a second. I also have to restart Truckee. You know the app has problems when it has a restart app function. A built-in restart app, so that if there's problems, the app can be restarted. But yeah, so hope everyone's doing well. Let's take a look at the situation here. We're transporting a great big cedar up to Idaho from a winery back to ADM, who is, I believe, doing service on it. We're going to try and do some crazy shit and go through. We're going to thread the needle between those two trucks, because we're taking off up that way. And I don't feel like dealing with trying to cross that line of traffic just to make a left turn. So, let's, in the truck proper here. Got everything cool.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
Start the truck up. I did discover. Yeah, okay. That does work. That probably doesn't. That's fine. We'll figure that out later. Whoops. Jakes are on. Idling in first gear.
Navigation resumed. Navigation resumed.
No, trust me, we don't want to go that way. Oh god, I thought I was going to hit his truck.
Navigation resumed. Keep to the left, and then turn left.
Alright, we're back on the road again. And I figured out how to change the dashboard display. If you were, anybody who listened last time, remember I was struggling to change the display so it would show me current fuel economy. But I definitely figured that shit out. So here we are on the road again. Hope everyone's doing well. Excuse me. I feel like maybe I should have calibrated my wheel before I started. I just unplugged it without calibrating it when I shut down last time, and I feel like maybe it's off a little bit. Oh good, a tour bus. So many tour buses. feel like my wheel's probably a little off. That's okay. It's not like wildly off. Okay. The bus's idea of dropping to 25 is dropping to fucking 15. I hate tour buses so damn much in this game. They always do that shit. Whenever the speed limit drops, they stop almost. They come down to like 10 under the speed limit. I hate you, you prick. Farland.
Turn left.
Eat shit.
Use the left lane ahead.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, today has been a frustrating day for traffic already. Just getting started and I'm already frustrated at the traffic. I feel like I might have broken my cruise control. I'll check it out when I get on the highway here. Okay, well, the speed limit sign said 75, and I'm doing 55, so why am I getting a speed warning? Hey, my cruise control works again. There was a glitch with one of the mods I use where cruise control wasn't working correctly if you have the new pop-up interface turned on. And that shit is super annoying, so I absolutely have it off. And hey, cruise control works again. I think the problem was the cruise control takes from the same place that the pop-up menu takes from, and the mod stopped the pop-up menu from existing at all, and so cruise control couldn't get a speed to set, and now I think the mod changed so that it just hides it rather than preventing it from existing, so that all of the functions that you're supposed to use through the menu still work. Like when I back up to a trailer, I can connect to it even though the menu isn't present. Which, you know, that's cool. I dig it. Whoops. Not looking at what I'm doing. Excuse me. I gotta get a better microphone. And a cough button. I keep saying that. But I really need a cough button. I cough too often to not have one. You know, other than the traffic, this has been a pleasant drive so far. We're in New Mexico somewhere. I'll be honest, the scale of the game, for anyone who's not familiar with ATS, Truck Simulator is 1/20th scale. So all distances are 20 times shorter than they would be in real life. So instead of taking, 5 hours to cross a state, it, takes 1/20th of that time. Which, on one hand, the states go by quickly. On the other hand, you're never in one for long enough to really identify where you're at.
Use the left lane ahead.
And I feel like the game doesn't differentiate enough, really, between, road sign styles. That kind of thing. You see the same kind of generic signs everywhere in the United States. Huh. Ooh, that was rough. Believe it or not, they had an entire game update just to introduce those bumps. Like that bump in the road I hit, made the whole trailer jump for a second. They introduced, it was an entire title update to introduce, to be fair, when the update came out, it was kind of billed as like a truck physics update. In theory, you could hit other things and also receive some truck physics feedback. So it's not like that was the only thing they added. I think I need to be over. And so it's not like that was the only thing they added. But that was where most people notice it. The addition of bumps on the road. Because, most of us are good drivers, right?
Use the right lane ahead.
Oh my god, okay. Pure chaos. I didn't realize I was going to be taking that right. That's crazy. I almost fucking killed that guy.
Use the left lane ahead.
Excuse me.
Keep to the right, and then turn right. Turn right. Use the left lane ahead.
Oh god. I didn't realize there was a light. I thought we were just going to come flying off the highway and keep going. That's so weird how that works. There's like a hill assist in the game. And it disables as soon as you put your truck in gear. So you don't have to hold your foot on the brake, and you can even push the clutch in. But as soon as it goes into gear, the hill start assist shuts off. It's weird. Ballsy. See the fucking size of the testicles on that man? And then he's going to annoy me by slowing down for this right turn. Go fuck yourself, my dude. Please. That's fine. So earlier I was mentioning that I feel like the W900 has significantly better fuel mileage, fuel efficiency than the 389 by Peterbilt did. Even though, and I mentioned they have the same engine and transmission. I definitely have a favorite. Every truck I get, we swap in a Cat 304. What is it? 30460E or 3406E. I can't remember which engine right off the top of my head. I'm not the engine guy at Hammer Lane Logistics. We have mechanics who do that kind of thing. But I have a favorite Cat engine for heavy hauling. It's 800 horsepower, 1,550 foot-pounds of torque. It's a beast. And that's what we're using right now. So it strikes me as a little odd that the W900 certainly does have better fuel efficiency than the 389, even when using the same engine and transmission. It seems like maybe the 389 has a higher geared ratio, which means in theory it could hold a higher top speed than the W900, but it has to work a little harder at lower speeds. I mean, it has to work a little harder all the time, but at lower speeds especially, that higher ratio rear end will introduce a little bit more work to the motor, which could explain. And I'll be honest, it maybe does feel like that's the case. Like right now, I'm at about 1,500 RPM in top gear, doing 70 miles an hour. And I feel like maybe the 389 is at like 75 at like 1,500 RPM. I can't remember. But suffice it to say, the W900 is currently showing a trip fuel efficiency of 7.5 miles to the gallon, which sounds like shit, but it's not too terribly bad for a truck like this. Whereas my 389 usually shows something more like 6.5 to like 6.4, maybe even a little bit lower depending on how heavy the load is. So I'm showing almost a full mile per gallon more in the W900. Coming up to I think the speed drops to 60 up here in a minute. I thought that's what that sign said. Reduce speed 60. No, still 70. Fuck it. You know, the only problem I have with this game, I shouldn't say the only problem, because to be honest, the only problem I have is whatever is pissing me off at the moment. But this game, I play on not tiny monitors, but they're not huge either. They're 24-inch, 3 24-inch flat screens that are sat at a like a trifold angle to kind of create a wraparound cab sort of view. But I'll be honest, the monitors are a little small for that, especially because they're about 2 feet away from my face. So they should be more like 40-inch monitors to create a realistic effect. And unfortunately, the smaller monitor means that I can hardly read like city signs when you're doing 70 miles an hour down the highway and you see a city sign flying by. It's too small and too quick to read what the hell it says. You gotta remember to use cruise control. It really helps the fuel economy. Oops, I just cut off a cop. Well, I didn't cut him off exactly, but I almost hit him. I wandered out of my lane a little bit. Whew, spooky. I wandered out of my lane a little bit, and I scared him, and he fell back. He's still back there. He looks like he's still scared to pass me. There he goes. You know, I don't know if I like this Kenworth that much. I was driving the Peterbilt 389 for a long while, and I decided I have a whole game here full of trucks, and I should like try other models from time to time. And I really only like the classic looking long nose trucks. I am not a fan of cab overs whatsoever. I think they look hideous. I also like the traditionally styled long nose trucks. I'm not a big fan of like I don't know, like the Volvos that all have very like smooth lines, very modern looking. I'm not a big fan. I like the 389, the W900, basically anything with that traditional kind of boxy look. We're going to get over because we're going to be taking this left up here. Say bye-bye to the police officer.
Keep to the left, and then turn left.
Oh, we're not going to get to go on this light.
Turn left.
How close did I get to the line? Not super close. Oh, we got that stretch W900. Got that stretch frame. Time to go. Let's see, we got another turn. Turning right up here.
Keep to the right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Yeah, now I'm showing 7.7 miles to the gallon. So, W900 definitely gets better fuel efficiency than the 389. Oh, I probably should have gotten gas there. Fuck it. I still have more than half a tank, about 2,200 miles. And only 900 miles left in the trip, so it shouldn't be too bad. Whoop. Almost went over the line on that one. You know, the only thing I don't really like, I always say that, the only thing, one of the things I don't like about the W900 is when the Peterbilt is stopped, if I'm like sitting still in the Peterbilt, it will change the MPG readout to say GPH instead. It's kind of like, so instead of showing the miles per gallon while you're sitting still, it tells you how many gallons per hour you're burning while you're sitting still. And I think that's a super cool little feature.
Turn right.
Ooh, mounted the curb a little bit there. It's fine, you're allowed to do that. Yeah, I think that's a super cool feature, and I wish the W900 did that. Yeah, it's probably not kosher to make right turns on red in a truck like this, but we're going to anyway.
Keep to the right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Have I mentioned lately how much I hate buses? I hate buses a lot. A lot, actually. Nah, we're going. Red light or otherwise, we're going on this one. You know, I think I've been up this road before. Looks familiar. Here. Although we are coming up on a little town, so I'm sure, yeah, speed limit's gonna drop. brother. What time is it in the game? About 5:30. Oops. Stalled the truck. Brother, how many red lights are we gonna sit through here? What, this asshole wants to make a left turn, or what's going on? Oh, that's funny. Is my truck, like, invisible in that cube map? That's weird. Yeah, that's so weird. Look, my truck is not visible in the reflection in the truck in front of us. The cars behind us are. That's so strange. Why would that be? Okay, can we please not sit through this red light again? This shit's getting a little old. Bam. Yep, you see that? We're gonna be here all fucking day because these idiots can't figure this shit out. We're out of here. Fuck this. I don't... No, I'm sorry. This cedar is very important to wherever the fuck it is I'm going. So I'm gonna go. Fuck this shit. Yeah, small town America. Red light after red light at 35 miles an hour. Fantastic, I love it. You know, I also noticed the W900 also has crash awareness, or like pre-crash detection. It beeps if I'm approaching another car too quickly. The Peterbilt doesn't do that. Little small town America there killed my fuel economy by 2 points, down to 7.5. So I'll have to work it back up. That's like my favorite mini game in Truck Simulator, is trying to drive as efficiently as possible. We got about 820 miles left, 2,000 miles on the tank. Looking good. You know, something I'd like to figure out. I use StreamerBot for my chat. Not that I have any chatters. And I have a whole streaming PC behind me, handling all the, all the streaming things. Utah, welcome to Utah. Anyway, the streaming PC behind me is handling the vtuber and the logistics program, or not the logistics, but the telematics program, and the streaming and the what's the word? Oh, yes, I love small town America. 65, 55 to 35. Yep, 30. Ooh, even less. And then we'll be doing 30 miles an hour for about 20 feet, and we'll be back up to 65. It's so much fun. I love it. Rowing gears is my hobby. Anyway, we got the streaming PC behind me,
And then turn right.
and I really wish StreamerBot had a way to show like how many viewers I have, because the only way to see that, I guess, is to pull up the actual sites, like actually go to my channel and look at any given time. And I'll be honest, in a simulator like this, that's not really feasible. To like tab out just to check viewers. It would be much nicer if StreamerBot had some kind of little pop-up I could look at to show how many people are watching, if any. Is it still working? Vaguely. Wow, you guys can't see it, but look at this little random bench off in the grass. Quiet night, isn't it? I don't know, don't feel much like chatting. But I wanted to get a little more streaming in, since I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. Or really 1 week, I just took last week off. Had shit to do. Ooh, that shift to nighttime is sudden, isn't it? Sun moves into the golden hour, and you can see the whole thing change. Hole in the Rock. We come by here all the time on our way up to Idaho. too fast for that turn. I almost eradicated some guy trying to pass me. You see, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I drive Truck Simulator, not real trucking. Because I'd be getting people killed. I wish the Indian truck drivers, like, knew better. Would stick to the truck sim like me. 50 miles an hour. Time to slow down for small town America. 35, right? Yeah. You know, one of these buttons over here enables and disables my trans brake, but I'm just not sure which one it is. It's another reason I'm not a real trucker. Oh yeah, I hate coming through here every time. How tight it is. Man, why is the golden hour so beautiful in every game? No matter what game it is, the golden hour always looks wonderful. Oh, brother, I hate tour buses. Look, I get punished. If there's a gap in the road, God sends me a tour bus to fill it. Let me guess. Another situation of some form of traffic jam, right? tell you what, bus, you're gonna let me the fuck in. You're gonna let me the fuck in, or I'm just gonna hit you. That's all there is to it. No, you asshole dickhead. Kiss my ass. Go fuck yourself. God, I hate tour buses. An unbelievable amount. To the point where I will literally just ram them off the fucking road. Yeah, eat ass, my dude. Kiss me right on the dick. Wow, why did it get so bright? Yes, more small town America. What's going on here? In fact, there's something wrong with my filter. It's way too bright.
Keep to the left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Speed limit through here is 80. Let's see if trucks will actually do it. Right now we're at 65. And we're going faster than the train. Interesting. Why? Why do the trucks go 20 miles an hour under the speed limit? Why do they do that?
Keep to the right, and then take the exit on the right.
Okay, more small town. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I prefer trips that are just get on the highway and go. I get a little tired of constant interchanging. I really got to do something about whatever's causing the overbright. This is what it should look like without the Animu filter. To be honest, I still can't read my fucking phone with the Animu filter off. The phone up there shows me the speed limit. Oh my god. Speed limit changes to 60 right as there's a big fucking turn. Nice.
Use the left lane ahead.
What does that say? 7.6 or 7.8? I think it says 7.6. You know, always trying to improve that fuel efficiency. Oh good, we get to follow a truck up through the hills. And obviously he'll be doing like 10 under the speed limit all through. Yeah, I grinded gears. So what? Well, I managed to pass, what was it, 2 trucks? Now I'm behind the final destination guy. Oh, I hate this area. I pass through this area every time I go north. See, it's crazy. There's a million reasons I keep saying I'm not going to do north or south, north-south trips anymore. Because every time I do, every single time I do north-south trips, I'm pissed off about the lack of freeways. And I get pissed off about all these little small towns. I get pissed off about a lot of these little things. Every time I do north-south trips, I need to get in the habit of doing from Louisiana to California and back. Oops. Yeah, I grinded gears, so fucking what?
Use the right lane ahead.
Wow, a freeway. I'm super lucky. Yeah, okay. European driving fucks. Keep your opinion to yourself. Slamming on the brakes before you even get into the damn off-ramp. Sickening. Oh, a tour bus, my favorite thing. This tour bus has been haunting me the entire trip. Farland, I hate you. I hate you, I hate your company. I hate every single person in that bus. I mean, I rammed that bus earlier because it was upsetting me so much. Oh, look at you. Yeah, you're an asshole. You fucking dickhead. I have half a mind to just ram right into the fucking back of your fucking bus. Pass me and slam on the brakes. Why don't you fucking die? Prick. God damn, that's upsetting. Pass you and then slam on the brakes.
Use the left lane ahead.
Guys, it is 70 miles an hour here. I am begging you, please drive your fucking cars. 70 fucking miles an hour and we're all doing 50. Please drive. Hey, look, it's 70 miles an hour here.
Left lane ahead.
And I'm creeping up on people at 70 miles an hour, which means they're all going under the speed limit. Everybody goes under the speed limit in this game. I don't see a single person speeding ever. It's I don't know. Maybe these people have never driven in America. Maybe this is how actual people in Europe drive. Like, religiously according to the speed limit. Because this shit ain't realistic at all to hear. You see somebody going less than 5 over, and it's like, dude, are you hauling weight or what? Like I know they say don't do 2 felonies at once, but come on. You're more suspicious if you're going under the speed limit. Yeah, so that's my legal advice for the night. We'll give one piece of free legal advice tonight. Mind you, this does not denote an attorney-client relationship. I'm not your attorney. I'm almost certainly not licensed in your state. Don't do 2 felonies. Actually, we're going to do 2 pieces of free advice. 1, don't do 2 felonies at once. Right? No combo felonies. So if you're carrying a lot... Why are we going so far under the speed limit? I really appreciate that. Anyway, right. Don't do 2 felonies at once. So if you are pulling some weight in terms of drugs, don't speed. You know, don't be flying down the street. Don't carry a gun if you can avoid it. If you're carrying a gun, don't drive like a psychopath. You know? Don't do 2 felonies at once. And the second piece of free advice tonight is don't do a felony to evade a misdemeanor.
Use the
right?
left lane ahead.
So, like, you got a little bit of pot on you or something? You're going a little fast? You have a bench warrant? Don't run from the cops to avoid that little charge, because running from the cops is going to be a whole ass felony, whereas those little charges you'll be out in a couple of hours, if you're even in. You know, like if you're speeding, don't flee the cops to get away from speeding, because you're just going to get a ticket. And if you have a warrant, knowing the judges and the DAs in the US these days, you'll be out in a few hours, if that. Like, if you have a warrant, you're going to get a PR bond unless you've, like, killed somebody. And even then, you're probably going to get a PR bond. So, it doesn't matter. Don't run. Don't run from the cops. I mean, 1, you're giving them a reason to, like, rough you up a little bit. And if things go really south for you, they're going to put you full of new holes. You know? Humans have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8 holes, 7 or 8 holes, depending on your gender. Don't give them an excuse to give you like 5 or 6 more. You know, the cops will literally double the number of holes you have just for being a dick. Alright? Or just for like a little bit of assault. The cops will double the number of holes you have. So don't do it. You know? I know people make fun of, like, when people are like, just comply. And then you hear a bunch of like, oh, well, they'll just kill you anyway. Look, I have reviewed, at this point, hundreds of hours of body camera. And the number of times I have seen cops do just straight up criminal shit to somebody is very small. And always by accident. I think maybe in all of the time reviewing body cam that I've seen exactly... 1 case of a cop maliciously doing somebody in, and I don't mean even killing them. It was planting drugs. They caught themselves on their body camera planting meth in somebody's car, and unfortunately, it turned out that that officer had planted meth in a bunch of people's cars. Actually, like a whole lot. And it triggered it was a big deal. It triggered a review of a bunch of cases that he had testified in as having found drugs in their cars. And when you can prove that one person was set up, and then you prove like 2 and then 3 were set up, that's when it's like, oh god, we've got to look at hundreds of convictions now. Everybody who's gotten a drug conviction from this guy has a very valid reason to challenge the conviction. So yeah, that was a whole mess when that happened. But that was like the one case, the one officer I can remember just doing outright criminal shit to people, at least in the course of their duty. Like, obviously, like, police do criminal shit from time to time, you know, outside of their duty. Speeding, drinking and driving, domestic abuse, deprivation of rights under the color of law is relatively rare by comparison. And the other case I remember offhand was not too long ago. A lady cop was effecting a traffic stop, and Devontae Criminalis, or whatever his name was trying to run. So he's already off to a bad start. He's in his car, he's trying to run, and the lady cop is tussling a little bit with him. And I'm sure by now you know which one I'm talking about. And she cross draws, or I'm sorry, rather, she does not cross draw. She draws from the right side of her hip, and shouts, "Taser, taser, taser," and then blows this dude's head smooth the fuck off. Which is kind of like, one, you know, as a police officer, you will be putting your firearm and your less than lethal on different sides of your body to prevent these things. Either your less lethal on your chest or on your left side, you know, whichever is your non-dominant side, and your actual firearm, your lethal, again, depending on who you are, what you're doing, either on your chest or on your right side, or, you know, your dominant side, so that, like, there's no accidents here. You know, like, if you go to draw from your right side, you're going to get a gun, so you better mean to kill. And if you don't want to kill somebody, you need to be drawing from your non-dominant side, or, you know, wherever you have your less lethal, your stun gun, your taser. And so she reaches, you know, for her firearm, and then is like, "Taser, taser, taser," blow, blows this dude's fucking dome right off, caps him, splat, smoked. And she immediately, you know, breaks down crying, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen to me?" You know, that kind of thing. Very little concern for this dude whose hopes and dreams he's just fucking sprayed all over the interior of his 93 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. And obviously all of the male cops around her are very sad for her, and not at all for Devontae Criminalis. And that was a bad one. You know, they talk about a bad shoot. Jesus, that was a bad shoot. Smoked that dude. And he really, I mean, he probably deserved it, but he didn't do anything to legally justify it, and that was bad. I think she went to jail. She definitely got fired. I think she's in jail now. That was a bad one. But otherwise, pretty much every body cam I look at, and certainly all the ones I have to review, it's non-stop, like 100% justified action. You know, guys are playing Arma in real life, that GTA shit, and it's almost always justified. Let's see, 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. in the game. We got about 300 miles left to go. I saw this one video on YouTube excuse me, there's one body cam on YouTube of a guy who was like a completely and totally upstanding community member and never did anything wrong. But he had one of them moments where he just made a little mistake and stole a cop car and beat the shit out of a cop. And actually, those went the other way. He boxed a cop on the side of the road. I think the cop did a traffic stop on him, and the guy decided he was going to reenact Tyson Holyfield, and they ended up getting into a boxing match. The cop is old as dirt, like 140 years old or something, and he does pretty good. This dude's in shape, but he ends up putting the cop to a nap. Not a permanent nap, just a little sleep, and steals the officer's car and goes on a joyride, and that's when the fun really starts. So he's flying in this officer's cruiser, and he's got the radio on, and he is given 100% of his energy to a sermon, delivering a sermon about God, while to himself, because I don't know if it really crossed his mind right then and there that the interior of the car is on camera. So I like to think he's given a sermon for his own benefit while he is flying in a stolen police car, hauling ass. And if I recall correctly, he even called to ask, he called a radio station to ask for gospel music while he was driving, which is, funny to think about. And what else? What happened? Oh, yeah, so then he loses control and drives that cruiser right off into the dirt, flips it, and busts his shit all up, and then gets arrested and probably charged with about 500,000 crimes. As soon as it happened, all of the news coverage was like, he's such a good guy, he does community outreach, he would never do something like this. And it's like, I've just watched him do it, so it's really not really up for debate. He definitely did that. And now he's got a rap sheet 35 inches long and shit. It's fantastic, hilarious. Oh look, more European drivers just throwing on the brakes before they even get to the off-ramp. Cool. What do we got? About 200 miles, 220 miles left to go. 1,000 miles on the fuel tank. This truck definitely gets better gas mileage. We'd have refilled the Peterbilt twice by now. I mean, we're not... I mean, we got about a quarter tank left. Okay, you must be getting off here, because you're driving like an asshole. Dickhead. Thank you for that. I appreciate that so fucking much. Oop, we're on and off the road a little bit. Yeah, man, cop videos are fun to watch. You really get an insight into all of the absolute batshit crazy things going on. I watched a video yesterday of a Mexican guy. I think he was Mexican. Anyway, he was in a semi truck, and he was getting pulled over, and obviously he's illegal and shouldn't be driving. But the cops decide that they are actually going to do something about it this time. And what to tell me to get over right for? We'll see. Anyway, the cops decide they're actually going to do something about it, and it's time for a new pair of bracelets. But he decides that that's not happening, and he gets back in the truck somehow and manages to take off, and they're chasing like a potential Killdozer 2.0. Eventually they arrested him, but I don't remember how they got him out of it. I'll be honest, I know police are usually really hesitant
To the right. And then
to shoot out tires and shit when they're in pursuit,
use the right
because
exit ahead.
if you shoot out tires and you miss, you're gonna hit somebody. You might skip a bullet off the road and
Turn right.
cap some poor child playing in a playground. You know, that kind of shit. But with a semi-truck, what they really should do is some Mad Max shit. I don't know if you've ever seen Mad Max with the sticks with they're spears. I don't know why I'm being retarded. They're spears, where they stab the cars and shit with the War Riders or whatever the hell it's called. That's what they should do. Get dudes with spears, and not the tires though. You see, semi-trucks are a little different in that their brakes default to the closed position, right? The default position of brakes on a truck like this is closed, right? Listen real closely. My brakes are on, and when I let go, you'll hear air escape. Oh. Like that. Right? That's because it's air rushing in to open the brake, or rushing out, allowing the brakes to open. Or I'm explaining it in a stupid way. If there's no air pressure, the brakes close. Air pressure is required to open them. So when I let off the brakes, that's air rushing into the cylinder to open the brakes up. And when I push on the brakes, you can't see my air air gauges, but when I push on the brakes, you see the pressure change. So what I'm getting at here is they should just stab the air cylinders on the trucks with a literal spear to deplete the air and lock the brakes up.
Keep to the right. And then continue straight.
That's the way I would do it. Or like a shotgun, you know, something that's not with slugs, but with like a 20 gauge or something. Just to put, pepper the air tank with holes. Not enough to like ricochet off the road and fucking decapitate somebody, but just pepper the air tank with little tiny holes so that it starts running out of air quickly. That way it won't even like lock all of the wheels up at once if you just blast a big ass hole through it. But if you put a bunch of tiny holes so that it can't hold pressure, they'll lock up. Or if he puts on the brakes, he might not be able to get off the brakes again. I always wondered why they never did that if semi-trucks are running. Or like there's rubber bags in the rear, like on the rear. Just puncture those assholes. The air ride, so the truck fucking sits right down on the thing, grinds. Or just send a bunch of Crown Vics to chase it, whatever, really. Just sending a bunch of, I guess they wouldn't be, Vics in this day and age. Just send a bunch of Chargers to chase it. I mean, what else? Whatever. Road work. What's going on out here? Shit, what isn't going on? Yeah, road work. Get a nice shot of my truck while we're chilling for a minute. Sorry, my model looks really blue right this second. My model takes on the color of the screen around it. And so, time to drive. It's meant for when I'm in the truck like this. It, the light outside colors the model a little bit. When I'm outside of the truck, it looks silly. Oh, fucking missed it. Okay. I get to do this twice. Yeah, nice. So that air hiss you heard was my, the parking brakes going on. So the hiss was air leaving the system and closing the brakes. And when I turn them off here in a second, you will hear air entering the system. And if you can see, can you see that? Yeah, you can. You can see my gauges right down there, which they're not as visible as they are in the Peterbilt, or as well labeled. But you can see the gauges down there. You'll see when I let off of the parking brake, the air should adjust a little bit. No? I don't know. The gauges actually work in real time in the Peterbilt. Maybe they don't in this one. Typical. State employees are just standing around instead of working. Then again, we are up here in the Pacific Northwest, Democrat land. It's pretty, but it's a shame about all the Democrats. Just too many of them. Very pretty, but politically retarded. Boise National Forest. I guess I'm not really in the Pacific Northwest yet. I'm in Idaho, which you'll have to forgive me for forgetting that I'm not in Washington. This really looks like it. Boise National Forest. The GPS for this game has different modes for shortest time, most fuel efficient. Avoid highways. You can set your GPS to avoid highways in this game and just take back roads everywhere. which honestly sounds kind of like hell. I don't know why anybody driving a semi-truck would be like, yeah, I want to take all the back roads. I want to enjoy low speeds and sharp turns. Fucking sociopaths. Oh, you know what? I wonder if, you can't see it because my model's blocking it, but there is there's a little heads-up display in my dashboard that shows my current, like, fuel efficiency, in, not only in miles per gallon, but there's also a little bar that reads how much fuel you're using, low, average, or high, and
then continue straight.
I wonder if the, low, average, and high is relative to your current, like, MPG. So, like, if my MPG gets pushed higher by being under average, does that mean that my, the average gets higher? To kind of help me drive my, MPG up? You know, I didn't realize Idaho was like this. All these hills, curvy ass roads.
Turn right.
I kind of assumed that, like, Idaho would be mostly flat because of the whole potato thing.
Turn right.
Oh, a motel. You guys want to pull over and stop for the night? Grade warning. That's fun. Oh my god, what is that? That was a loud ass sound and I have no idea what it was for. Everything still seems to be working, so can't be that bad. Oh fuck. Okay, we almost died. So where was that grade warning at? I saw it, but I didn't see any, there was no, like, real graded, area. Guess not. Man, I'm kind of curious what the hell that sound was. It sounded like Steam. That was a Steam notification, but it wasn't like one of the normal ones. It was like one of the achievement or something crazy happened. But my game blocks all the achievements from being visible, or all the Steam notifications. So I really have no idea what the hell just happened. Probably getting hacked or something in real time. For any geniuses out there, I would try it. I'm subject to federal. Anyway, forget that. Wouldn't try it, put it that way. Not the one. How the fuck do they grow potatoes with all these hills? I haven't seen an ounce of flat ground since we've been in Idaho. Where are the fucking potatoes? Like, does this look like potato growing territory? Look at this beautiful shit. Whew, that's disorienting. Okay, buddy. The hell is that? Some kind of a viewing platform. It would be cool if you could get out of the truck. Well, you kind of can. There's a developer cam that lets you sort of get out of the truck. I'll have to show it to you guys sometime. I wonder if Warudo has like momentary action overrides per scene. Like, could I switch to a walking scene that would force my avatar into a walking animation? Or out of the camera scene? Or like out of the cab scenes? I don't know. I'll have to investigate that. We got 20 miles to go. About 800 or 750 miles in the tank. So we're definitely going to make it to our destination. We'll have to fill up soon after whatever we do there. Three miles to go. We're almost there.
In 650 feet, turn right. Turn right.
Speed limit's 25. You know, I'm kind of sad. I didn't even get any spammers tonight. You know, I don't usually get chatters, so I don't really worry about that. But I usually get a message from like Nezha, or
In 600
Streamboo.
turn right.
You know, my good friend Streamboo.
Turn right.
Always
Turn left.
always popping in to advertise their viewer services. Oh my god, this turn is crazy. Holy shit. Especially because I have to immediately make this left. I thought I was going to hit their fence. Still might. ADM. I thought this was a service call, but it looks like this is where the, maybe this is a farm? See, I thought ADM made, like, farming supplies, but this looks like an actual farm. So, I don't know, whatever. I'm just delivering a cedar. I'm not really super concerned about why I'm delivering a cedar. I do know there's a Subaru here, which immediately makes me start judging. Alright, let's see. I think we can do that. Or we'll certainly give it a fucking try. Oh, right. E-brake was on. Yeah, okay, that's where they want it. Oh, this is going to be tight. Can't see exactly how close I am to this other trailer. Oops, I hit something. What did I hit? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I'm too stupid for this. I'm not gonna make it. Oh. Yeah, hold on, this is no good. No, see, I'm not getting enough early turn on it. I need to be on the other side of the road and start the angle sooner. Jesus, why does it keep stalling? clear, whatever that is. Gosh, I'm sure this is super fun watching me figure this out. Like a puzzle. Okay. Good enough. Oh, that was crazy. I'm definitely not a real truck driver. Oh, God. Dropping very important things. Okay, we gotta turn off the filter while we're in the menus here. Alright. Alright, what do they got going? Potatoes, obviously. See, I don't know how I feel about that trip. It's money, but back the way I just came. Like, literally just did that trip. Flour. Dog shit mileage. Yeah, look at that. $11.79 a mile. That's crazy. Not a fucking chance. All of their jobs are terrible. Let's see. Oh, look, Louisiana. I mean, that's something. I mean, at least that one will take me on a slightly different route. Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's good money. I must have to take that one.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
Oh, please shut the fuck up. Okay. We need to look at... see how we're doing here. What are the trucks doing? We got 2 that are resting, 5 that are on trip, and 1 that is parked. Why are you parked? Just for the night. Oh. Okay. So everybody's working. This asshole has my my 389. And I got a host of W9, a couple W900s. That's another one I built. That's not it's not wearing the company livery, but shitty Volvo. International, another W900, another international. The transgender gets the international. And then me in the, I gotta figure out how to change that. In my build up W900. Daily profit, negative 7,700, 7,777. I wonder why. I mean, I just turned a job in, so I just made a ton of money. Oh, you know what? It's probably because I haven't made as much money as the truck cost, and then I put into it. So this individual truck has not actually earned much money. That's why my Peterbilt's at the top, because I drove that so much. And then Jeff in the other W900 in second place. In terms of mileage, it looks like my Peterbilt's still number 1 and my new W900's still in last place. Alright. The driver manager. Obviously, I'm in first place with $30,000 a day made. Yeah, right. Jeff. Jeff is like my most valuable employee. Ryan, what the hell? 2.5, and he's down below Razarka and Oscar. It's a shame. Excuse me. Garage manager. Yeah, it looks like it's time to upgrade our Medford garage so we can get another truck. It's gonna have to load Medford. Load Medford so it can show me the little cutscene of the upgraded garage. Anytime now. I have so many mods installed, it's probably going to take it a second to load. And by a second, I mean several minutes. Yeah, alright, check it out, our new garage. Nice. Now it can load to return. Okay. Yeah, that's it. No more upgrades for those. But I can Volvo, Freightliner, Volvo, Kenworth, Peterbilt. What does a new Peterbilt cost? Not as much as I thought, but more than I have. Okay, no new truck right this second. I can probably hire a driver to put there, though. Oh, you know what? I don't know if they will. I think they might need a truck. Like, I don't think drivers will just go rent a truck like I can. Let's see, did I... Oh shit, look at that. Oh, I see. That's all the way in, okay.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
Luckily, I'm actually super close where I'm supposed to pick up. Did my truck just stall? You son of a bitch. Okay, thank you for that. I slipped and hit something on the wheel here and opened my menu. It's a shame I don't know what button did that. Oh, spooky. Oh god, I don't know if the stretch is gonna make it. Yeah, we'll be alright. We can do this. I guess I should turn this back on, huh? Woo! Right, no trailer. Lots of power.
In 650 feet, turn left. Turn left.
I didn't even pay attention to what we were picking up here.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
It looks like our thing is on the other side, but I can't tell. Whether it's going to be more advantageous to go straight or to try and go around to the left. Fuck it. What would be crazy work would be to drive through their garage. Oh, brother, is that it right there? That fucker's huge. No, that's not it. Oh, even better, that's it. Huh. Okay, that thing's even bigger. Rough. Okay. That thing's huge. Holy shit. Alright, hooking up the trailer. Give us a second here. It always says that. Alright, let's see. This is the, whoops. This is the dev cam I was telling you about. If we wanted to do like a hypothetical walk around before we get started. Oh, you know what would be super cool? Oh, that doesn't work. Fuck. I always have a cool idea and then it ends up like not actually working. So, there's our, yeah, okay. We're all hooked up. We've got a big ass, whatever the hell that thing's called. Here's our truck. We'll go get back in it. So yeah, that's the only real way to do a walk around. Is that... what am I seeing here? I'm trying to decide if I should go out this kind of side exit they have right here, or if I should just go around to the front the way the GPS is saying. I don't know. What I gotta do... oh, I'll just get gas right here. Cool. I always call it gas when I mean fuel. I don't want to offend the diesel heads. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it looks like it would probably be just as easy to go out that way. But I'll wrap around like the GPS suggests. Wow, look at all this shit. They sell some cool stuff here, wherever the hell this is. Power, I didn't even see what the hell this place is called.
turn left.
Just gonna fucking go for it. This thing's really long. Wow, okay. Yeah, that thing's massive. We're gonna turn on our what you call it? Our beacon, that's what those are called. Our beacon lights. Oh, I wonder if I'll be able to fit in to get gas down here. Oops.
In 650 feet, turn left. Turn left.
We gotta look alive and pay attention here, so I can make sure I get the right entrance. Oh god, it's one of those. We gotta come in like a sociopath. Because of how... Oh my god, okay. Because of how wide and long this fucking trailer is. I feel like we might have maybe hit something a little bit. Whoops. Out of beer. That's fine. Filling up the gas tank. Invisibly. Ding, all full. Big bastard, look at that thing. Oh, is that a Burger King? Anybody want to stop for Burger King before we get going? I could go for some Burger King. We'll just back the truck up in this little cubby here and walk in, right? Oh, look, I did get my first spam message of the day from Aspson to Gmail. Hey, I can help promote your kick stream in a targeted community to boost visibility and engagement. Get up to 1,500 followers, 700 viewers, and 1,000 per stream. Add me on WhatsApp and a phone number. Followed the channel. Well, thanks, but my friend, I don't see the point of buying viewers. You know, I was talking about this on X earlier. I was replying to somebody, and it's like I don't get it exactly. Like, I understand that it will give you the clout of being able to be like, look, I have 1,000 viewers. Which is like, whatever, I fucking cares. But beyond that, I'm like, they're not watching exactly. They're not here because they like trucking, or they love America, or, you know, they're anti-H1B, or whatever reason people come here, if they did at all. So I don't really understand, like, what these fake viewers are supposed to do for me. I mean, theoretically, I pay you for fake viewers, and then I get paid by Kick for having fake viewers? Is that kind of how that works? So it's a wash, you get paid, Kick pays me. It sounds like it's essentially a scam to defraud Kick, or, you know, whatever platform of, oh my god, we're gonna fucking die. Yep. Okay. Yep, that's a pain.
Navigation resumed.
Woo! Yep, I knew as soon as I saw that curve coming, I was like, yeah, we're fucked. But hey, life is easy. And wow, that sucks. We actually got further away. We were right here. We picked up right here at Lieber. And the service call moved us all the way up here. So, it's been a fun stream. It's been a fun stream. But I'm done. That was crazy. I'm shook. And I'm just looking for an excuse to end it. No, I'm just kidding. But it was good. 3 hours or so of driving. I had a good time. We didn't get to talk about much, but I did get to chat with some of my favorite spammers. And we finished at least one job. And yeah. Eventually I'm hoping I'm going to maybe play some games on stream that aren't just Truck Simulator. I have SnowRunner to play. And I got a couple other games. I'm not much of a gamer. I like the simulation things. Like, I like Flight Sim a lot. Although I haven't played it in a while because it was kind of in a rough place when Flight Sim 2024 came out. But I hear it's a little better now. So I might re-download that. And maybe we can do a stream flying. And I keep telling myself I'll play SnowRunner. Even though that's with a controller. And I really like simulators with immersive controls. Like when we're playing, when we're doing Truck Simulator like this, I have a wheel, pedals, and a shifter. You probably hear all the time. For Flight Sim, I have the Boeing Edition flight yoke and throttle quadrant and rudder pedals. And so games that use just a controller or the mouse and keyboard kind of lose me. I used to like video games when I was younger. I'm kind of old now. When I was younger, I was a big fan of Super Nintendo and Sega when they came out. I had a regular Nintendo that I only played a handful of games on regular Nintendo. I got that I don't want to say clout, because there was no real clout associated with it, but I had before that, I had a Commodore VIC-20, which I'm sure nobody who watches streams now remembers Commodore at all, let alone, like, if they do remember Commodore, people think about the the Commodore 64 and not the what I had, which was the VIC-20. I loved that VIC-20. Thing was amazing. I used to get a I can't remember what the magazine was called now, but when I had my VIC-20, probably early 80s, and I got a magazine that would come with a right in the middle of the magazine, there were like pages and pages of BASIC. I think it was BASIC. I think it was BASIC language. I don't remember. But anyway, you would sit there for like an hour or two just copying code out of the magazine into your VIC-20. And when you were all done, you would have like missile defense or something like that. And you would play it for like 30 minutes and be like, wow, this is so fucking cool. And then you'd shut off the VIC-20 and that was it. It was gone. If you wanted to play it again, you'd have to type it all in again. So I had the VIC-20, and then I did have a Commodore 64. I was into like early computering, not gaming on them, but just their ability to be computers. I thought that was super fucking cool because they both had a keyboard. Mice didn't really exist yet. It's weird to think about. And if they did exist, they were like uncommon. Like, it wasn't something I was aware of until later. But at that point, it didn't, like, when you're talking about the VIC-20 and the Commodore 64, it wasn't like there was a huge difference between gaming machines and personal computers. Like the VIC-20 to me was a PC, even though that term hadn't been coined yet. The VIC-20 was a computer that could play some games, and the same with the Commodore 64. It was a computer that could play some games, even though most people nowadays just think about it for their gaming capabilities. But I had both of those, and then in the late 80s, after it had been out for a while, I got a Nintendo, because I kind of, it's the video game market completely imploded, and the Nintendo was kind of a reemergence of that. But it was a dedicated machine, so that seemed interesting. It was like, to me, it was a computer that was dedicated to game playing. And I still obviously had my VIC and Commodore, so I didn't need like another PC at that point. So I got the Nintendo, and I remember playing, obviously, it came with Super Mario. I got the, what the hell was it called? The Nintendo, I'm just chilling on chat here, my model's all fucked up. Let me recalibrate that real quick. Yoink. Okay. I remember it was the Power Pack, or whatever it was called. But it came with the regular Nintendo, and 2 controllers, and the Zapper. And I remember I had the original gray Zapper. I wish I remembered where it was now. But I had the gray Zapper, and it came with Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt on 1 cartridge. And I played the hell out of that for a while, because it came with it. And I remember I got Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. I played those a lot. I beat Castlevania 2 and 3. I never beat 1. I mean, obviously in the modern day, I've gone back and finished it. But back then, I couldn't beat Castlevania 1. The Medusa hallway was too much right at the end. To be honest, I didn't really know that I was that close to finishing it. But I beat Castlevania 2 somehow. I don't remember using a guide, so I don't know how I figured out the tornado thing. But I remember beating Castlevania 2 and being confused at the ending, because I took forever, but I got a good ending. So that was, whatever. And then I beat Castlevania 3 with Alucard. And I remember I did not take Sypha. I said Sypha at the time. I did not take Sypha. Back then, you didn't know that Sypha was a girl. Because the American manual depicted Sypha as a guy. And there was no way I was picking some fruity mage when Alucard was an option. So I picked Alucard, and I remember beating Castlevania 3 with him. And what else did I play on Nintendo? I played Dr. Mario and Yoshi's Cookie. I like puzzle games and Castlevania on regular Nintendo. And maybe SimCity. Maybe not. Or no, you know what? Jeopardy. I had Jeopardy on regular Nintendo. It was pretty much those ones. Jeopardy, Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. And Tetris. Played Tetris a lot. Dr. Mario, if I didn't say that. Yeah, I had all the puzzle games, all the good puzzle games on Nintendo. And then when Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis came out, I remember getting those. And I feel like that was mostly for clout. Like, I wasn't super into the regular Nintendo. I just enjoyed playing those couple of games. And then when Super Nintendo came out, I just, I had money. And figured buy nice things. So I got the Super Nintendo and the Sega. And I'm one of those people. I didn't play any of the classic RPGs. I was barely aware that video games were like Japanese at the time. I didn't really care. At that time, very early 90s, late 80s, Japan was viewed as it was going to be this like economic powerhouse. And they were staring down a kind of real estate problem that didn't really hit yet. It was still like the age of massive expansion for Japan. Plus, I was familiar with and associated with a lot of guys who had been World War II veterans. At that point, I mean, you're still talking, 60 years later. But I knew a couple of 80-year-olds and 85-year-olds who even at that point were still, not 60, like 50 years later. But I knew about a couple of people who had been in World War II and were extremely, extremely anti-Japanese. And so really thinking about Japan wasn't on my list big time back then. And so I never played any of the Final Fantasy games on Super Nintendo. I never played Chrono Trigger. I did play Legend of Gaia and Secret of Evermore, which is, I think Secret of Evermore is a Seiken Densetsu game, I think. Can't remember. But I played those two. And then on Super Nintendo I played like Super Castlevania 4. And you can probably tell I'm a bit of a Castlevania fan. Played Super Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo. Super Mario World. I had, I can't remember what it was called, but I had a Captain America game. Mortal Kombat 2. I put a lot of time into Mortal Kombat 2. But I had that on Sega. There was a Sega game I played a lot too. I think it was Landstalker. But after that, after the Super Nintendo and Sega era, of course, came PlayStation, Nintendo 64. I remember on N64 I played a lot of Mario 64 and Smash Brothers, a little bit, not much. A little bit of Smash Brothers, a lot of Mario 64. I did not play Castlevania 64 or Legacy of Darkness or whatever that was called. The other one on N64. I didn't play either of those. I didn't really care for the Nintendo 64. I think even at that point, it was starting to occur to me that Nintendo was kind of not falling behind exactly, but their style was more of a family-friendly, traditional fun kind of outlook instead of exploring more advanced takes on what video gaming could be. 'Cause, like I said, I've never been a huge game player. But fiction is cool. I like to read and stories. So, when the PlayStation came out, that was probably my biggest gaming time. Final Fantasy VII, I played a lot. Like 4 or 5 times back to back when it came out. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I played a lot when it was new. Parasite Eve, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, on PlayStation I played a lot of those games, the classic games on PlayStation. Because it was really cool to see video games turn into like an I don't want to say an interactive experience, because obviously the older games on Nintendo and Super Nintendo were interactive, but it was fun to watch them turn into more of a film like more of a movie, more of a book than what games had been before. So the PlayStation was a very cool time. Excuse me. I got a burp, but I can't. Yeah, PlayStation was a super cool time, seeing all the 3D and the new ways of doing things. And PlayStation 2 was cool. I played Final Fantasy X. Oh, you know, and I did play 8 and 9. Not nearly as much as 7, but I did play 8 and 9. I didn't like 9 a whole lot because it was too childish in its style at the time. Nowadays, I have more respect for games with that style, like Final Fantasy 9 and Chrono Trigger and some of the classics. But back then, 9 was too childish looking. So I enjoyed 8. I played 9, but I didn't really like it. And then when the PlayStation 2 came out, I slowed down my gaming big time. I played... What did I play on PS2? I played Final Fantasy X. Like once. That was alright. And I played both of the Castlevania games on PS2. Curse of Darkness and Lament of Innocence. They're both great. And what else? There were a couple other games I played on PS2. Not much though. Oh, Resident Evil Code Veronica. I know that was originally, I think, a Dreamcast game. But then Code Veronica X, the remaster, came out on PS2, and I played that. I was a Resident Evil fan. I played Outbreak. Never got to play it online. But after PS2, that was like the end of my gaming. I never owned a PS3. I played a couple PS3 games over the years, mostly, honestly, through emulator. But I never owned a PS3 myself. I did have a PS4. I was married early in the PS3's lifetime, and we had a house and everything when the PS4 came out. So we did get a PS4, more time and more money, and we have a PS5. But I never really played them much. I don't play anything on PS5. I use it as a Plex and Netflix machine, a very expensive one. My wife plays it. Carolina, if you follow me on X, you can see Carolina Lane is my wife, and she plays PS5. She's a big fan of like Persona, Final Fantasy. As a woman, obviously, she likes the cooking games. Her and her sister play Overcooked, and this other game that's a lot like Overcooked, but instead of cute animals, you're like little stick figures. I keep trying to get her to play Claire Obscure Expedition 33, but she won't play that. I think I bought it for her, and she won't play it. I bought her the Mafia, the recent Mafia game, Old Country. She hasn't played that. I think I buy her more games that she never plays. Hell, there's games that I bought her on PS4 that she never played. Like I got her Judgment 1 and 2, the spin-offs of the Yakuza series, and she never played those. They're just sitting there, still in their wrapper for PS4. Yeah, so gaming stopped being a thing for me when PS3 came out, really, and I never got back into console games. I have this problem where I can't sit on the couch and stare at a TV. Like, if I'm on the PC and I'm streaming, I'm playing a game, essentially. I don't know if I would consider Truck Simulator a game exactly in that way. But I'm playing a game when I'm streaming, obviously. But there's more to it, You're kind of hosting and being vaguely social. But when I'm not streaming, I can't say I play games. Like if I go over here and look at my Steam, like my recently used Steam items is American Truck Simulator, VRM posing desktop, which is what I use to take pictures of my vtuber model for posting on X. Powder Toy, which is a two-dimensional physics simulator and contraption builder. People build like electronics and microcomputers and nuclear reactors and all kinds of crazy shit in Powder Toy. If you haven't heard of Powder Toy, it's not a game. It's more like a physics sandbox, but two-dimensional. Vroid Studio, which is what I build my model in. And the last game is several back, is Gungrave Gore, the newest Gungrave game. You'll have to forgive me for being a Gungrave fan. So yeah, gaming is a simulator experience for me, which is why you're unlikely to see me playing something with a controller like SnowRunner, but I'll try eventually. Anyway, it's been fun. It's just after midnight here, so we're gonna pack it in, and we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.